So, hello class. We are going to start one of the most important chapter of physical chemistry, which is known as electrochemistry. You can see that. And today, first we are going to discuss about some important introductions and the concepts about the chapter. Electrochemistry is actually made up of you can see the two words now, electro and chemistry, where actually the relationship between the chemistry, the chemicals power with the electrical power. We are going to blend two different energies, two different powers together with this chapter. So, students, actually, in this chapter, in this concept, we are going to just discuss about the blending of electrical energy and the chemical energy, and what are the related concept, principles and theories which deal with this blending, the conversion of electrical energy to a chemical energy and conversion of chemical energy to electrical energy, how they actually will be spontaneous, how they actually will be useful for economic purpose. So this chapter is totally dedicated about these concepts. Firstly, we have to discuss about what different types of cells we are having. Students, actually, we are having two different types of cells. In nature, we are having two different types of cells. The cells are actually electrochemical cells and electrolytic cells. And there are the difference between the only thing is the fine difference is how the cell convert chemical energy to electrical energy, and how there will be a chemical reactions when we are passing electrical energy through the cell. So electrolytic cell is about the conversion of electrical energy to the chemical energy, which is actually a non-spontaneous chemical transformations. We have to be discuss about that also. And chemical energy to electrical energy, this is the conversion of spontaneous chemical process or reactions. So spontaneous and non-spontaneous, which is actually the meaning is the process which is self-drive, the self-driven process generally called spontaneous, and the process which are not going to be a self-driven, that is called a non-spontaneous. The Gibbs free energy, the delta G value, the Gibbs free energy must be negative for spontaneous. So whenever there will be spontaneous process, we can change a chemical energy to electrical energy. Means the electric energy can only be converted by the spontaneous chemical process or spontaneous chemical reaction. That is the one fine line. That is the one fine line that you have to be discussed, that you have to be learned here first. If the process or chemical reactions are non-spontaneous, we cannot change a chemical energy to the electrical energy. The electric energy can only be withdrawn. The electrical energy can only be converted from the chemical reaction when the reaction will be spontaneous. In other hand, whenever we passing the electrical energy, generally the chemical reaction occur. So the chemical reactions are generally a non-spontaneous. And that's why the electrolytic cells are actually a building block cell. When there will not be a process, when there will not be any other method of conversion of reaction, chemical reaction, we actually passing electrical energy, because electric energy can be convert the process of any non-spontaneous process, and that will be changed into the chemical reactions. So whenever in nature, the chemical reactions are generally non-spontaneous, so we can pass the electrical energy to be a done the process, to be achieve that chemical process. So electrical energy non-spontaneously convert any chemical reaction, and that will be withdrawn in the form of chemical energy. These two different types of cells we have to be discussed in a detail with the different concepts in this chapter. This chapter is totally dedicated about and totally actually revolve around these two terms topic only. All the different concepts and theories is about how we done these two different types of process. This is the chapter of your physical chemistry, that is the third chapter. Other hand, I have made one diagram here also, that is diagram of electrode and electrolyte. You can see whenever any metallic rod dipped in some salt solution or any kind of solution that can be have ions that can conduct electricity, so that is called electrolyte. So actually a solution having a tendency to flow electricity is called electrolyte. And whenever we having some metallic strips, when they dipped in that is called electrode, because they having a tendency to flow the current, they having a tendency to flow the electrons. So that's why they are called electrodes. There are two different types of electrode, cathode and anode, depending upon the nature of current they are passing or nature of reactions occur at that type of electrode. So we will call after in the next lecture what is meaning of electrode, cathode, how we are discussing how we how we are targeting that electrode should be a cathode or anode, how the current passing from the any particular electrode to the other electrode, and what different types of reactions will occur at the any given electrode. That is the topic of discussion. We will discuss later. So actually whenever any metallic strip or metallic rod dipped in the metallic salt solution or any other solution having a tendency of flowing the current, they can be transferred their energy in the form of electron. Either electrolytic solution can transfer energy in the form of charge or ions, or electrode can transfer its energy in the form of charge or ions or electrons. So that transfer, that difference between the energy between electrode and electrolyte, generally they are termed as electrode potential. So actually students, the potential which itself is a meaning of energy. Electrode potential means the energy difference, the energy between the two different types of electrodes and electrolyte. This is because of the flow of charge, flow of ions, flow of electrons. So whenever there are some difference of charge, ions, energy between them, they can be termed as electrode potential. We will discuss that about how actually define that electrode potential is, how actually that is what is the standard definition about electrode potential. That is actually whenever we bring a point charge from infinity, to any electrical center, the work done between them, the work done to bring that point charge from infinity to any electrical center or electrical circumstance, that work done is called electrode potential. Actually that is a standard definition in given physics. But here we have to be learn the electrode potential as a energy difference between electrode and electrolyte, or two different electrodes. We have to be discuss on that only. So student, this chapter is about that. Instead of that, we have to be discuss about the importance of electrochemistry in our life, in our daily life. Importance. Students, right now I'm taking online class and I'm using my mobile, and here the energy provided in the mobile system is due to the some particular battery inserted in it, and that battery having a tendency to store the some kind of charge. After charging, that charge actually convert its energy, that is stored energy called is chemical energy, into the electrical circuit, electrical energy, and that energy is utilizing right now for lightning, for sound recording, for video recording, and other electrical circuit processor. So students, right now the use of electrochemical cell, you can really assume all different kinds of electrical apparatus, electrical appliances, instruments that having a storage energy. They are using storage energy. All they are called actually electrochemical cell, because they having a process a chemical energy utilizing or converting into the electrical energy. So can you really assume what is the real vast importance of this chapter is? Just look around you. Right now, look around you. The torch, the battery, the small cells, the toys having a depend upon that cell, mobile phones, inverters, they all are having the electrochemical cell that right now consuming chemical energy to giving you electrical energy. So you cannot really assume what are the vast importance of this chapter is. So throughout the chapter we are dealing with these different kinds of applications and importance, and we will deal with what are the really concept and benefits and theories of this chapter having. So students, first let's learn about the introduction. So go through this chapter, this lecture. Next lecture totally dedicated with electrode potential and its generation. How the electrode potential actually generate different kinds of electrodes, and what different kinds of electrodes are there, what are their importance in the different electrochemical cell. So next chapter lecture will dedicate it with that only. Stay tuned. Thank you.